Alrighty. It is Friday, which means 3 expansions. Here I see Base, Prosperity, and Dark Ages. That's some old expansions. In fact, all 3 of these predate landscapes, so predictably there are no landscapes in the kingdom. Just a true 10-card game. And we do have Shelters from Dark Ages, but we don't have Colony and Platinum from Prosperity. Looks like not a lot going on. The only draw and actions are both from King's Court. You use like King's Court some market squares, and each King's Court that plays a market square, you're getting +1 card out of that. Because you spent 2 cards, but you draw 3 cards in total. You're getting 2 extra actions out of it. That's something. You could just get thin and play like King's Court Market Square, King's Court Poacher. The latter might be susceptible to a pile emptying. If you're building an engine, that's what it is. There is actually, aside from King's Court, one other way in this kingdom to get a hand size of 6 or more cards. I think there's just one other way. It's not practical. I'll leave that as a exercise for the reader. What is the other way to get 6 or more cards in hand? For trashing, there's Moneylender, which can trash coppers. And I think the only way to get rid of shelters is with Forge. Rats can turn shelters into more expensive things, but then you're still left with the rats in the deck. I mean, the answer could be Forge, or like trash with rats first, and then Forge 2 rats into a province, maybe. We'll see. Plus buy is fine. Market Square is a quite strong source of plus buy. There's also storeroom. Uh, I think I want to get a Market Square and activate it. It's like open Moneylender and Market Square, put a few golds in the deck. I'm not sure whether step 2 of that involves adding King's Courts at all, or just going straight into Province. Might have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Bot takes a silver. I hit 5. Silver Clerk, interesting. The bot, I think, does like Clerk a lot. I don't think there's any value in 5 here. Let's take a Poacher. Please don't bottom deck Moneylender. Thank you. I guess I'll take a Clerk as well. Get in a few attacks. Okay, one more Poacher. I have not... Actually, maybe some of the Poachers should have been Market Squares, actually. I was thinking about getting to 7, but probably a shorter term goal is activating Market Square once or twice. And more Market Squares would help with that. Poachers would help me get to 7, but that probably wasn't happening imminently enough anyway. And I'll take a rat. So I'm not sure if the first 7 should be Forge. I think maybe a King's Court or 2 and then add a Forge once my deck is a little bit under control. I don't particularly want to add rats early. Rats will be good once I get a Forge in the deck, or immediately before that. So I think just one more Poacher for the time being. I really don't know what I'm doing here. So I could actually stop here, buy an estate, trashing the hovel, gain a gold that way. I just was not lining up the Moneylender with those market squares. I guess that could have been a case for rats, actually. If I had rats earlier, then the rats can also activate market squares as a backup option. Okay, I think King's Court now. And then pretty soon I'm going to want maybe rats and then Forge. Bot is buying Province already. Yeah. So the bot is just playing what appears to be rudimentary big money with like clerks, and I don't think I want to know how you got that gold there, bot. I don't know. I feel like if I were playing big money here, I think I would still use Moneylender and Market Square, probably. But I'm not surprised that it's screening early. This is not a kingdom where that is an unreasonable choice. We'll see if I can catch up. Certainly things are not coming together quickly. I can say that much. That might have been a mistake. That probably was a mistake. I clicked that without thinking. I should have left the clerk in hand, because there's a scenario where maybe this card I draw off this market square is a king's court. Please don't end up proving me right. Okay. If I drew to king's court and had already played the clerk, I would have been really sad, because I could have king's courted the clerk for 4 extra money. And the only reason to play clerk immediately at the start of turn is because it doesn't cost an action, and I wasn't going to have any action problems this turn anyway. Get one more king's court. I think my deck can handle. Like Forge, you really want to have the ability to draw a handful of cards and then forge all those cards away. And I don't think I'm quite at that stage yet. Okay, 13. That seems like Forge plus Rats. I think that sounds good. For Rats, I really want to pair it with a $3 card if I could. Or I guess maybe I could trash one of the shelters and then forge Rats plus Shelter and Estate into a third King's Court, maybe is a possibility. I'll have to see. Might be a little bit optimistic about what I can draw. Have I gained any golds? I think the only gold I gained off the market square was the one that I had to buy the hovel, or buy the estate to trash the hovel to activate. That's kind of sad. Okay. King's Court, another market square. Don't trigger those yet. Did not find my forge. No biggie. King's Court, and I want 2 more market squares, but I kind of worry that the bot will just take the last 2, and then that really hurts the poacher game plan. Clerk is also quite low, actually, now that I notice that. Take 1 market square and 1 storeroom. I would just love a hand of 2 King's Courts and a cantrip, if that is at all possible. Okay, well, that's a sad draw. I guess gold and overgrown estate into a King's Court and pass the turn. Okay, yeah, these these hands aren't amounting to all that much. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's forge a rats and a storeroom. Trigger those. Don't trigger that one. I say that as if there's a precise answer. I just felt like I wanted a few golds, and 3 felt like too many. I didn't think it out exactly or anything. Okay. And if I can just put my deck in my hand and start forging some rats, I can get a bunch of provinces real quick. Because I think just King's Court and 1 more poacher. This deck has not come together quickly, but seemingly neither has the bots. I think buying a duchy seems like a huge mistake to me. Like, if you're playing big money, you don't want the game to go long. You want empty provinces as quickly as you can. This is not an amazing draw, but honestly not an unpredictable one. I'm running out of cantrips I can safely buy. I'm really worried about the bot emptying a pile and just shutting off all these poachers. I think it's a very realistic concern. It's just gonna keep buying duchies. Okay. Okay. Drawing a bunch of cards. Now I can forge a bunch of stuff. Trigger all of those. Do it again. Gain a province. I don't know where this turn is going, but I feel like it's somewhere good. Trash rats. I don't know, gain a poacher. I guess the clerk gets to die now too. Draw a bunch of cards. Okay. Oh, Well, that's 5 provinces exactly. Okay. Hmm. 7 clerks is a lot of clerks. I mean, the attack is annoying, and I mean, if you're not trying to draw your deck, you probably do want multiples. I feel like you got to click more cards than just clerk here. I think the duchies are also probably a mistake. I like this deck more than I initially thought. It did eventually come together. I did not expect to be doing 6 provinces at the end there, let alone buying 5 provinces. Like, if I was going to do multiple provinces, I thought it was going to involve forging a bunch of stuff. But like once the King's Court gets going, it actually is just like a lot of card draw.